loves us. And he comes back regularly and has a story for pretty much any theme I can think of. He's like, well, I've got these 17 stories that relate to that theme. He actually gave me 6 for tonight. And here to choose one of them, hopefully, is Reid Mihalko.
Okay. Clap if you've ever tried to have a non-monogamous relationship. Clap if you ever had it fail miserably or spectacularly. Clap if you're monogamous and you don't know why you're here. Thank you. So, my name is Reid Mihalko. I'm a sex educator. I'm also a sex and relationship geek. This is my story. First off, if we're going to recognize polyamory as a valid relationship choice, we have to recognize monogamy. That is the last I will say to monogamy. So really, like for me, relationships are about self-expression. So it's kind of like being a jazz musician. If you're raised in Conservatory and told that classical music is the like the zenith of musical self-expression, you might be a little bit upset or confused why your roommate who loves, Bach, you don't get off on Bach the same way. And so then all of a sudden, you walk into a jazz club and you're like, oh, it all makes sense. And then when you actually start getting into jazz, there's like 58 million different versions of jazz, and you have to figure out what jazz is for you. And that, to me, is kind of how I came into polyamory. So the way this started, this is my coming out story, by the way. So, I'm engaged. For those of you who know me, you might be like, what the fuck? So can you all say, Reid's engaged?
Reid's engaged!
Go figure. Wonderful woman. That's one of the best relationships of my life because we ended it awesomely. Spectacularly, even. And in the beginning of that relationship, she and I were talking about, like, listen, I think I want to be open in an open relationship. We didn't know what polyamory was at that time. And she's like, I can do that. Like, we can see other people. That's totally cool. Awesome. She's bringing me to see her mother, who's Dominican, her dad, who's Italian. She sees me for the first time, and she's like, ay, Dios, Ranablanca, which apparently in the Dominican Republic is like the term for like white nigger. Oh. And Sandra is like, Mom! And I'm like, white what? White what? I speak a little bit of Spanish. Like, it's kind of fun, and they fall in love with me, like, they get it. But eventually I fall in love, or in lust, with somebody in my acting class back when I was an actor. And we are like, super into each other. But I'm still like, this is my first, like, I'm engaged, and I told her that I want to be non-monogamous, but, and what do? So I'm in rehearsals with my friend from acting class, and the tension is thick. It is super, super thick. And I'm like trying to be like Mr. Integrity. And we are like, we're doing a scene where we're supposed to kiss. And it's like, we're alone in her apartment, and I just want to jump her bones. And she wants to jump mine. And so basically, we're just about to it all to come tumbling apart, and I run into the bathroom. And I lock the door. And she's like, are you in there? I'm like, duh, I'm in here. You just saw me run in here. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm really turned on right now. And I'm engaged. And she's like, yeah. And she already met my fiancé. And she's like, what do you want to do? And I can kind of, this is like the romantic movie where her head's on the other side of the door. And we're both like this. And I'm like, put your back against the door. And she kind of puts her back, and I can feel it like move forward. And so I put my back against it. I'm like, put your hand down your pants. And then I feel the door kind of push a little bit. And so she and I start masturbating. And I'm feeling horrible about this, but it's the fucking hottest thing I've ever done. Because technically, I'm not cheating. I have found a solution. Good relationship geek. like got just enough give that we're like basically kind of fucking each other through the door, and going, and all over her bathroom, which I apologized for later. And basically it was, and I had been here before, like I had cheated on partners before and felt horrible about it, and it was kind of my, you know, being raised in conservatory, classical music. And it was my fumbling to figure out what jazz was. And so eventually, you know, I get to this place where I go back home to my fiancé. I'm like, listen, like, I want to sleep with this person in my acting class. And, like, I just need to know if you're going to be okay with this or not. Or if we just say we think we're going to be non-monogamous, because I think this is really who I am. So she and I decide, through this piece, we finally figured out that, like, I'm a lot like her dad, she's a lot like my mom, and we have this epiphany of, like, our parents are still alive, let's work that out with them. And then she, like, it was real, like, it was like this huge aha moment. And because her dad had, you know, it was complicated, right? So basically, we're like, well, what do we do now? And she looks at me, she goes, I think we get disengaged. I'm like, really? And we hadn't had sex in a while, because things were really tense. We're getting ready for the wedding, all this stuff, right? I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, that's what we do. And we had the best fucking sex of our life right now. And it was our breakup sex. Like, it was the ending of our relationship, and it's the best, one of the best relationship endings I ever had. This is the setup for me discovering I'm poly. I start dating actress girl. I'm doing a movie, or not a movie, but a play in Louisville called Othello. Maybe you've heard of it. I was not Othello. And basically, you know, Delroy Lindo played Othello. I know, huh? Yeah. And I was like a two-bit actor who was there, like, to be like, news lads, awards are done. That was this guy, 3 lines, and that was it. But basically, my new friend, actress friend, comes down, and we're non-monogamous. And she's like, I want to fuck your friend in the play. And I'm like, Delroy Lindo? She's like, no. So we negotiate our first threesome. And this is like, so fast forward, we go to him, we're like, I'd like you to sleep with my girlfriend. He's like, really? I'm like, I'd like to be there as well. He's like, okay. So here we are. I'm holding my girlfriend's head. Like, we've been together now for like 6 months. I'm holding her head while the first guy ever that in a threesome in this situation is gonna fuck my girlfriend. So like now I'm like, this is the polyamory moment of truth. Or the swinger moment of truth, or whatever version of jazz you happen to be, moment of truth. And I'm holding her head, looking in her eyes, and in my head I'm like, fuck, I hope I'm right about this. He starts fucking her, she's like overcome with emotion, she's so happy, and I'm like, oh, I'm polyamorous. I can walk my talk. Fast forward years later, I'm in a relationship with the first man I'm ever in a relationship with. I'm queer. That's a whole other story for another body. And with another amazing woman named Marcia, who's this kick-ass sex and relationship expert. And they're both available to come home with me for Thanksgiving. And I'm like, shit. I haven't told my parents I'm queer. And I'm dating this 6'1" black man. And I'm from New Hampshire. So I'm like, fuck. And Marcia's like, if you don't tell them, I'm not coming home for Thanksgiving. If you don't bring us both, you're fucked. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, how do I do this? What do I do? And I used to be the guy who would like come home for the holidays and be like, I am such and such. Haha, deal with it. Bye. So now I'm like, shit, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm a communication geek. What does a communication geek do? I email them. I email everybody in my immediate family. I'm like, listen, this is what's going on. There's something I haven't told you. This is why I haven't told you. I was afraid this, and this might happen. This is what I want to have happen. Here it is. I'm queer, I'm polyamorous. I would like to bring my big black boyfriend home and my white girlfriend home. And I'll call you in a couple of days once you've had a chance to chew on this. It led to a bunch of amazing conversations. One of my brothers who's queer, who came out to my family first, was like, ha ha ha, Mr. Football Captain, fuck you, I came out first, beat that! You never brought a black man home, did ya? And your girlfriend. Suck that. And then my other brother's a born-again Christian. He's like, how do I tell you that I love you, but I can't condone your lifestyle? We had one of the best conversations we've ever had. Finally get my mom and dad on the phone. Okay, my dad is from the John Wayne School of Parenting. Like 2 words, and that's it. Unless he's talking about a car or something he shot with a shotgun, he's not going to tell you anything else, right? And my mom's the one who's like, always talking through my father, like, Rob, tell him, blah, blah, and I hate that. Pick up the phone, my dad's like, hi, Reid. I'm like, hey, Dad, did you get my email? Yep, we love you. Know that. Your mom doesn't know where we're going to put all 3 of you if we have a bed big enough. To my parents, if I'm in a committed relationship, you have to sleep in the same bed, right? So I'm in a committed relationship with 2 people. Where are we going to get a bed big enough? That's my mom's concern. Then my dad goes and don't talk about sex at the dinner table. It makes your mom weird. Total lie. My mom would totally be like, so how do you guys do it? And then my dad would be like. And then, this is the biggest moment of my life, coming out to my dad. I'm the chatty Cathy kid who always wanted, the dad to just spill his guts and talk to me about everything. And, God rest his soul, he just would never do that. I'm always longing. I come out to him, I put everything on the table, I'm completely vulnerable. 30 seconds into the phone call, he goes, with another big man in the house, I don't know if the septic system's gonna back up or not. And it was in that moment that I realized this was my father's way of saying he loved me. Whether the shitter was going to back up. We bring them all home. My dad, who's always a big huggy, kissy guy to everybody, even his sons, kisses Marcia, hello, and then goes to Kai and just is like, he just doesn't know what to do with the dude, which was very sweet. And my mom, of course, puts us in the pull-up couch. So that night, this is how we're going to end the story. Thank you for your patience. All 3 of us, and my boyfriend's a big guy, he's my size. All of us sitting, lying in the pull-out couch. I'm in the middle. And I'm like, lights. We do the whole mom and dad right down the hallway. Good night, mom and dad! Moment of silence. I have an idea. And they both were like, fuck you. And we went to sleep.
live for Bawdy where you will be up here on the stage telling us the story. That's what we're waiting for. Thanks so much for coming out. We'll see you soon.